So, you're welcome to start laying down on your mats. So if you can have a few, or maybe let's do 3 deep inhales through the nose and then audible sighs out through the mouth on your exhale. Imagine on the exhale, you just dropping the day, anything that's come your way, just letting it go, just releasing it. Just taking a moment to become aware of the back of your body, all the parts at the back, resting on the mat, so in touch with the mat, the floor underneath the mat, the earth eventually underneath the floor. Then bring your attention to the top of the head. Now take a deep inhale into the top of the head. And as you exhale, just imagine that you're releasing any tension at the top of the head, just softening. Bringing your attention now to the back of the head. And then when you're ready, take a deep inhale into the back of the head. As you exhale, full permission to soften the back of the head into the mat even more than it already is. Taking a moment, breathing into the entire head. And as you exhale, softening the facial muscles, the temples, the throat, the neck. And don't worry if your mind is agitated or busy wandering on and off here and there like a monkey's mind. Just keep bringing it back to the breath. Just watching those deep inhales. Just if you can start lengthening your exhales. Bringing your attention now to the top of the torso, the shoulders, the collarbones, the chest. Next inhale, deeply breathing into that upper part of the torso. As you exhale, softening and release. Bringing your attention now further down the torso into your upper abdomen, lower abdomen, pelvic floor. Next inhale, breathing into that whole area, opening, softening. As you exhale, release into the mat. Bringing your attention now to both arms, breathing into both arms, upper arms, armpits, elbows, lower arms, hands, fingers. Deep inhale, long releasing exhale, softening the arms from the shoulders to the fingertips. Bringing your attention up, down the legs, from the hips, all the way to the tips of the toes. In your own time, deeply breathing into both legs. To exhale, soften and release. aware of the entire body resting on the mat, the head, the arms, the legs, the torso. In your own time, breathing into all the corners of the body. Exhale, dropping a little deeper into the back of the body, into the mat. And then with your next inhale, bringing the arms overhead, stretching, reaching the arms to the back of your mat, pointing the toes to the opposite end. Maybe start reaching the right side away from each other, then the left. So it's like you're climbing up an imaginary tightrope. And then when you're ready, just bring the arms down by the side. Next inhale, bring the right knee to the chest. Interlock the hands behind the knee as you straighten the right leg. Just gently pointing, flexing the toes, and really getting into the shin, the calf, the hamstring, top of the foot, sole of the foot. Start circling the ankle both ways. Then on your next inhale, lifting the head towards the knee. Maybe walk the hands a little further up the leg. Staying with your breath. Breathing into the back of the right leg. Opening on the inhale, exhale, soften and release. Next, exhale, lowering the head, lowering the right leg to the floor. Taking a deep inhale. And flushing it out. Next, inhale, left knee to the chest, interlocking the hands behind the knee as you straighten the left leg, pointing, flexing the toes. Just shifting a little bit of stuff around the body, energy around before we come into our yin poses. Circling the ankle. And inhale to lift the head to the knee. Gently walking the hands up the leg. Breathing into the back left leg. Softening, lengthening, releasing as you exhale. Next exhale, lowering the head and the leg to the floor. Take a deep inhale and sighing it out. Next inhale, right knee to the chest again. So pulling it now up towards the right shoulder. Grab hold of the right foot with your left hand and the right knee with your right hand. Start rocking the heel across the body from one hip to the other. If you're rocking a baby. And then start drawing circles in the air with your right knee. Just getting into that right hip joint. Changing direction. Beautiful. Use your right peace fingers, hook them around your right big toe. So the right elbow is on the inside of the knee, and then lift the right sole of the foot so it's parallel to the ceiling. It's a half happy baby. The left hand can just rest on your left hip. Breathing into the right hip. And then bending the left knee. So the left sole of the foot on the floor before you lower the right ankle onto the left knee. Now slide the right hand through the gap. Then interlock your hands either behind the knee or around the shin. I'm going to stay here for a little bit. So start breathing into the pose. Now, if your mind is urging you to move on and is impatient, it's okay. Just observe the impatient mind. And attach its attention to the breath. So just following the in breath, then the out breath. Maybe on your next inhale, imagine that you're breathing into the part of the body that feels this pose the most. The inhale creating a little bit of extra space, a little bit of extra softness. Deep, long breaths like we did at the beginning of the class. Doesn't matter how many times you have to bring the mind back. Just have a little conversation, say, their mind, come here, sit beside me. Acknowledging that it's there, but not allowing it to take center stage. We take 3 more breaths here. Deep belly breaths where you expand from the belly up on the inhale. Contracting from the top down on the exhale. Giving you the benefit of the full extension of both inhale and exhale. And then once you've done your 3 breaths, releasing the hands, lowering the left foot to the floor. Then keep that right ankle where it is. We're going to shift the hips to the right side of the mat. And then with your next exhale, we're going to lower the knees to the left side. Now, the left knee can stay bent if you like, or if you prefer to straighten the left leg, you can. So you can try both, see what works best for you. So if you can stay conscious of your breath here as well. Now, just to help the support of that right shoulder, on your next inhale, lift the left shoulder off the floor. Square your shoulder blades, as if you're sort of bringing both shoulder blades to the floor, giving a bit of extra support to your right shoulder. You can bring some softness to the face. Breathing into that part of the body where you can feel this pose the most. Breathing along the entire right side of the body, from the fingertips down the right arm, to the right armpit, from the right side of the rib cage, the right glute, the right hip, the right thigh, right lower leg into the right foot and toe. Now you can stay as you are for 3 more breaths, or you can straighten the right leg out to the side. You can either face the ceiling, the left side of your mat, or the right hand, whatever is comfortable for your neck. Breathing along the outside of your right leg now. It's a bit of a nervy stretch. Once you've done your 3 breaths, bend the right knee again. Gently roll onto your back. Shift the hips back to the middle and straighten the right leg. And just take a moment here to just tune into the right side of the body. Noticing how it feels compared to the left side of the body. And then on your next inhale, we're going to bring the left knee to the chest. Pull it outwards towards the left shoulder. And then use your peace fingers to hook around the left big toe. Actually swap that for the right hand. So the right hand holds onto the left foot, left hand to the left knee. Gently start rocking the heel from hip to hip again as if you're rocking the baby. Getting into the hip joint. And then start drawing circles in the air with your left knee. Nice juicy rotations for the left hip. Changing direction. And then hooking the left peace fingers around the left big toe. Start lifting the left shoulder foot so it's parallel to the ceiling, half happy baby. Right hand grounding through the right hip. And just notice what this side feels like. It's very common that one hip is more tight than the other. Breathing into the front of the right hip. Or anywhere else you feel this close the most. And then bending the right knee so the right sole of the foot rests on the mat. Lowering the left ankle on top of the right knee. And then threading your hands through the gap, interlocking your hands. around the shin or behind the knees. You can pull the right knee towards you or fully just relax your arms. And start focusing on that breath again. Deep inhale, expanding from the belly into the rib cage, the chest, the collarbones. Exhale, softening, contracting from the collarbones into the chest, the rib cage, the belly. So Yin is giving you a real opportunity to be an observer. An observer to the body, whatever's going on physically for you in this pose. An observer to the mental body, whatever goes on in the mind in form of thoughts, reflections, tastes, distastes. And also the ability to see any emotions that might arise. So you have an opportunity to step back from all of those parts, zooming out, just watching, acknowledging, and just releasing, not attaching to any of it. I'm going to do 3 more breaths here. If your mind's agitated, link the mind's attention to the breath, following the inhale as it happens, following the exhale as it happens. Softening the face, unclenching the teeth. And once you've done your 3 breaths, lowering the right sole of the foot to the floor, keeping the left ankle where it is. Allowing for a little bit of release in the hands, the inner left hip and thigh. Now when you're ready, we're going to shift the buttocks towards the left side of the mat. And then lowering the knees to the right side. Arms shoulder height along the floor, or you can use the right hand to support the left knee as well. Now you also have the opportunity to use blocks here if you like to, just to support the knee. But once you're down, on your next inhale, lifting the right shoulder off the floor. So you can square your shoulder blades so they're equally on the mat, giving some extra support for your left shoulder. Again, coming around what the feels like on this side. Again, you can keep the right leg bent, or you can straighten it along the mat. Taking a deep inhale into that whole left side. From the fingertips into the palm of the hand, along the left arm, into the left armpit, left side of the chest, rib cage, left hip, glutes, thigh, lower leg, left foot. Breathing in some extra space. Now you can either stay like this for another 3 breaths, or you can straighten the left leg out to the side. Breathing along the outside of that left leg if you have a leg stretched out. Bending the knee back and straight. And inhale, bring yourself onto your back, shifting yourself back to the middle of the mat, straightening both legs, arms by the side. It's okay. Allow your palms of the hands to face the ceiling. Just opening the shoulders a bit more. But also energetically just receiving the benefits of the poses that you've done so far. Allowing the body a bit of a pause to integrate the poses, integrate the benefits. Now coming around, taking the block on either side of you. Now when you're ready, bring the soles of the feet together, bringing the knees out wide. And from here, grab hold of your blocks. We're going to place the blocks in the crease between the buttocks and the thighs on a little bit of an angle so that you can rest into them, getting that nice opening and having a little bit of support so you're not overstretching. You can bring the arms overhead, shuffle the shoulder blades a little closer towards each other. Take a deep inhale in your own time, and as you exhale, dropping a little deeper into the mat. allowing for a little bit of relief from the pelvic floor, the hips. If your mind is wandering, attach your mind's attention to the breath. You can breathe up and down the spine. Inhaling from the tailbone all the way up to the base of the skull. Exhaling from the base of the skull all the way down to the tip of the tailbone. Energizing the spine. The energy channel along the spine, or the Sushumna. Softening the face, unclenching the teeth, rocking any tension around the eyes, along the forehead, between the eyebrows, in the cheeks, in the tongue. Doing 5 more breaths here. Deep inhales from the belly up. Extended exhales from the chest down. Now once you've done your 5 breaths, bringing the arms back down by the side, removing the block, pushing the knees in, straightening the legs. Tuning your attention inwards, just becoming the observer again, watching any physical sensations in the body. And then on your next inhale, bringing both knees to the chest, grab hold behind both knees, and then gently start rolling forwards and backwards along the mat. So a bit of a spine massage. And the next time you come up, staying there, straightening both legs, adding front to resting into your hands. Maybe coming onto the fingertips, giving the chest an opportunity to broaden a bit. Maybe looking towards the ceiling, opening the throat. And then bringing the chin to the chest. Bringing the hands a little closer. Now, there's a few options on this next one. So you can either stay with your buttocks on the floor, release the flesh. You're going to come into a forward fold. Or you can use one of the blocks if you find that you're straining your core to help sort of tilt the pelvic floor forwards. It'll be easier coming to that forward fold. Now I want you to restrain from reaching, trying to grab, and rather just resting the hands where they naturally come. Bring the chin to the chest. It's okay if you're hunching a bit. But see if you can just allow the breath to bring you into this pose. So the inhale lengthens, and then the exhale deepens. Well, it gives the opportunity to deepen. Maybe some of you can put a block on your legs, resting your forehead on the block. That's not available to you, that's fine. Just staying where you're at. Again, the focus is the breath. Again, if you like, you can breathe up and down the spine. And full permission here to drop the facial muscles. So just allowing the face to hang slightly open or slightly past the lips to aid the relaxation of the facial muscles. Relaxing the shoulders, the upper arms, the forearms, the hands, the fingers. Relaxing the legs. Like if any physical sensations come up and they feel overpowering, you can breathe through them, or if you need to ease out of the pose at any time, that's also welcome. Just taking a couple more breaths here and doing so well. And just maybe notice when you're not trying to force yourself deeper into a pose, but you're just allowing the breath to unfold the pose. You know, there's an opportunity to come deeper into the pose than maybe you've done before, just with the breath. It's really encouraging, sort of allowing the pose to happen rather than forcing the pose. And then on the next inhale, when you're ready, start bringing the torso and the head upright, crossing the legs, coming to a seat, just taking a moment here. Finding that straightness in the spine again. In your own time, take a deep inhale through the nose. If you like, flushing it out through the mouth. Gently opening the eyes. We're going to come to one more forward fold before we come into a counter pose. It's a bit of a supported back bend. Now you can just stay cross-legged, but I want you to cross up the shins, not the ankles. So that means the heels come on the opposite knees, creating sort of a bit of a triangular shape here with your legs. Now you can release a little bit of flesh from your seat bones. Bring your blocks. And eventually, with different variations, maybe you can allow the head to rest. Now, before you come down, I want you to explore the openness in your hips. So this might be as far as you sort of go in terms of opening the hips, or you might want to come into a double pigeon where you place the front heel on top of the opposite knee. And then come forward, so you'll feel it in the hip. Now, doesn't matter if you sit upright, but again, it's the allowing the pose to unfold rather than I'm going to get there, right? Just dropping any expectation, not comparing yourself to what you might have done before or anyone else, and not pushing through just because you want to try. Right? You can try and then, can I keep my breath? If not, come back. If it's okay, the hands can start walking out in front. Really getting into the glutes. Eventually resting the forehead on your block. So a little bit of pressure on the forehead is going to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for rest and digest. So although this pose might feel strong in the hips, the nervous system is calming the body down to tolerate it more. Again, see if you can facilitate full relaxation in this pose. Just drop the muscles. So now Lisa, wants you guys to push yourselves, which is great. We need to do that. That's the yang. We also need to have the balance with the yin. So maybe that's even more challenging to actually not push but pull back, right? Because we're so used to constantly pushing through, moving forward, reaching to the next thing. What happens if you stop for a moment doing that? And just pull back a bit. There's a lot of restoration in pulling back. 3 more breaths here. Softening the face, softening the shoulder, the arms nice and heavy. Deep belly breaths, expanding from the belly up on the inhale, contracting from the top down on the exhale. And once you've done your 3 breaths, just gradually easing your way back up. If you feel like giving the hips and the legs a bit of release, you can straighten them out in front, wide apart. If you need to stay here a bit longer, you can. Or you can cross now with the opposite leg in front. Or you can do the double pigeon. The heel on the knee. Again, setting your blocks up. When you're on time, using your exhales to come forward in this pose. Then need to aid with surrendering, taking a deep inhale through the nose. As you exhale, flushing it out through the mouth. And remember, whatever part of the body is challenging you in this pose, you can use the breath as a tool, directing the oxygen to those parts that are tight, resistant, stagnant. Imagine that oxygen trickles into that part, gently opens it, helps to release that stuckness. So that when the exhale comes, there's a bit of letting go. Whatever that looks like for you. We're not just doing a stretch here, we're doing deep body work. Working on the connective tissue, the ligaments. You're giving the body an opportunity to unfold without force. Three more breaths here. You're doing really well. Staying with it. And then once you're ready, gradually bringing yourself back upright. Move your blocks to the side. Just aiding some release by straightening the legs wide apart.
Closing the eyes for a moment and just notice where you can feel release in the body. And what does it feel like? Is there a lightness, a tingling, perhaps? Maybe there's warmth. So again, just taking a deep inhale. And as you exhale, sighing out the exhale. Gently opening the eyes. We're going to set ourselves up for the last pose, which is going to go into Shavasana. So both blocks, one at the top, this way, and one on the lower level, lengthways. Can you all see? And then lowering yourself onto the block, resting the head on the top block. Now, once you're down, if you want to change the level of that top block, you can. So whatever feels good for your neck, your throat, and then bringing the arms out to the side, gently tucking the tailbone, maybe shuffling yourself into place so that the block doesn't dig in anywhere. If you have a sore lower back and you just want to stay for a little bit, that's fine. I want to come to stillness. Taking one more deep inhale from the belly all the way up into the chest. And as you exhale, full permission to drop your entire body weight into the mat.
Your own time, just taking a few deeper breaths. Gradually moving fingers, toes. And then when you're ready, just rolling off your blocks to the right. You can push the blocks away from the mat. You can either stay on your side or you can come back onto your backs again just for a neutral spine for a few breaths if you like. If you're on the side, just pulling the knees towards the chest. If you're straight on your back, you can bring your knees to the chest. And the spine, a bit of a counter pose. Maybe circling the knees, massaging your lower back. And then when you're ready, just making your way up to a comfortable seat. Eyes closed. Just take a moment to notice the quality in your physical body. noticing might be a little bit of extra space. When you're ready, inhale, bringing the arms overhead, reaching palms together. As you exhale, bringing the hands to the front of the heart. When it comes to the point between the eyebrows, just gently bowing the head. Just giving yourself thanks for showing up for yourself tonight. It's an hour out of your 24-hour cycle for restoration, for nourishment, for rest. Thanks for allowing me to hold this space for your namaste. Namaste. Thanks everyone. Have a beautiful evening. Press the button and just transfer to bed.